Hey folks, and welcome into episode 25 of the Earl Hall Studio Audio Experience. Today, it's going to be all about audio production and my man that I came into connection with, Tim Tippett. Let's get into this. All right, folks, welcome once again into episode 25 for the Earl Hall Studio Audio Experience. I want you to make sure, look, if you're looking to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover career, you've got to check out www.stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. Make sure you check out there. I've got a free course for you to take that's going to get you underway. If you're stuck, struggling, not growing fast enough, whatever that deal is, we can get you moving. www.stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. All of you that are looking for a voiceover, you need me on your product or service, your podcast intro, your movie trailer, whatever the deal is. Go ahead and check out my demos at www.earlhallstudio.com. That's earlhallstudio.com. Look, in this episode 25 for the Earl Hall Studio Audio Experience, I've got to give my props to my guy, Tim Tippett. I came across this guy earlier this year, and I'm so glad that I did, because 2019 has been my year to step up my voiceover and audio production game. I've redone the inside of my whisper room. I've upgraded microphones. I've bought brand new gear in regards to, I've got a brand new Apollo Twin audio interface from Universal Audio. I cannot say enough about how great this piece of gear is. If you want to check that out, make sure you go over to stepstovoiceoversuccess.com and click on the link that says VO Gear. And you can check out all the stuff that I suggest. Whether you're doing voiceover, podcasting, or whatever, you need to make sure you're using the best gear. And you need to make sure that you are getting the best education on how to be an audio engineer. Look, for the past 3 years, I've been saying the home studio is the future of voiceover. And through looking and listening to Tim Tippett, he upped the game on that. It's like, no. It's not the home studio. It's the pro studio, because we're in an age right now. You don't need to have to go to an agent. You don't need to have to go to a platform. You can have all of the stuff that you need right in your home and make it the most professional gear, the most professional audio recording space that you can get. And you're going to be ahead of the game, especially in voiceover. So when you're looking to upgrade your sound, let me just tell you this. If you don't upgrade your sound, if you don't get into really becoming a better audio engineer, knowing how to process your audio, work your plugins, adjust things like your EQ, your compression. And I can't even tell you how important the combination of EQ, compression, and downward expansion is. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's one of the reasons why you need to take the course from Tim Tippett. I've got a link in the description so you can get right to it. Hopefully you listen to this podcast before the price is raised. So if you're not already subscribed to this podcast, to make sure that you are, just go to the website, earlhallstudio.com, click on the link that says the podcast, and you can subscribe to whatever platform you would love to subscribe on. That's iTunes, that's Google, even Spotify. The home studio, or the pro studio, as my guy Tim Tippett says, it should be called, is the future. The thing that is going to make this so impactful and so powerful is that voiceover artists are becoming more and more savvy. The ones that are business minded and that are truly looking to build something substantial. I started preaching this 3 years ago. The handwriting was on the wall. Now we're here. I said, if you don't become a decent audio engineer, you are going to fail at voiceover. It's just true. It was true when I started saying it 3 years ago, and it's more and more true now, because the people that are serious about their voiceover career understand a few things here. They understand that they have to be able to produce the final product. It's not about going into a studio and letting another engineer do it, even though that's going to be a part of this too. But if you cannot produce basic audio, understanding what input output levels are, what they ought to be, you're going to lose, because you've got only 3 to 5 seconds to make an impact on that person that is hearing your audition. And if in that 3 to 5 seconds, I'm going to tell you what they're going to hear, and it has nothing to do with your performance yet. All they want to hear, what's the noise floor? Are the input levels right? Because they're going to be looking at their meters. And is the output level right? They're going to be in 3 to 5 seconds. It's over for you. And let me tell you why. Because the way that this whole thing is going with voiceover and building your business in your home pro studio, that engineer that is listening to your audition in that 3 to 5 seconds can tell whether you're worth your weight or not. They can tell whether it's going to be an issue to work with you or not, just in 3 to 5 seconds. Because in that 3 to 5 seconds, they're going to be able to tell, oh, well, they don't really understand this thing about audio. It's going to be too hard to work with this person. Let's go to the next one. Now, just imagine if you're doing, 3, 4, 10, 100 auditions a day, which some of you are, and you're sending in all this stuff. Let me tell you what's happening when your audio is not right. You've made a reputation for yourself and no one is listening to your audio anymore. No one is taking the time because now they will remember, oh yeah, this person sent in an audition last week. They don't know what they're doing. I've already listened to 3 of theirs. Just kick it out. Boom, they're gone. Delete. You don't want to get that reputation right off the bat. And that seriously is what is happening to so many different voice actors that are out there. They're getting kicked out of the gate before they even get a shot because their audio is off. And again, if you remember, I said this is even before we get to your performance. This is before we get to your script interpretation, because the only thing that engineer is worried about is if I give this lady or gentleman a job, are they going to send me back crap audio? Are they going to send me subpar audio? Are they going to not understand when I say, hey, I need you to brighten this up a bit? Are they not going to understand that? This is the reason why I'm so glad, even after all the years I've been in voiceover, that I came in connection with Tim Tippett's. Now, I've got a link in the description so that you can sign up for this course. And let me tell you a little bit about this course. He's got some free information. Just check out the link that I put in the description for this podcast. But he's got some free information right on his site. But he's going to show you, did you know that if you're a semblance talker, and if you don't even know what that word semblance is, you got some work to do, buddy. Do you know you can track down semblance and take out the exact frequency that is causing you the pain? Did you know that if your sound is too boxy, you can track down the exact frequency of where that boxiness is coming from and take it out? Those two things that I just told you right there are examples of exactly why you need to go ahead and register for this course. I took the course, absolutely loved it. I've been recommending it to everybody that I can recommend it to because I believe in it that much. I believed in it so much, I even hired the guy to work with me one-on-one to make sure my pro studio was set up great. My sound was good. And let me just tell you, audio interfaces and stuff like that matter. It does. I am so much suggesting that you get an Apollo Twin as your audio interface. I can't even, it's not even funny. This Apollo Twin that I have now, you're listening to it right now. You're listening to what it means to have good audio right now in this podcast. And I'm doing this from a dynamic microphone, which is an RE320, the baby brother of the RE20. It's a broadcast mic. It's why I'm using it for my podcast. But even setting up this microphone, even setting up the microphone in my booth with this Apollo Twin, made such an amazing difference in my sound. It is unbelievable. If you go back and listen to some of the previous podcasts I did and compare it to the way that this one sounds after I've set all this up and after I've worked with Tim Tippett's, you'll definitely see the difference. But here you go. The reason that I suggest the Apollo Twin is so many times we're worried about our plugins. We're worried about, well, what plugin should I use? Should I use the NS1? Should I use a debreather? And da-da-da-da-da-da. And all the system resources that you're using inside of your computer on your DAW sometimes is going to cause you a lot of latency. The great thing about an Apollo Twin is that it's like a mini computer. All of the processing is done right in the Apollo Twin. What you are hearing right now is live. And what I mean by that, there is no post-processing. Everything is done in my Apollo Twin. And my microphone goes into the Apollo Twin as my audio interface, and then that goes into my Mac. Period. There is no post-processing I need to do. It's done. all inside of the Apollo Twin. That's the power of this, and that's the power of not having to go back and re-edit stuff. Well, look, I'm not going to keep you guys long today at all. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let you go now, but I want to make sure that you get that information about Tim Tippett's course, and I want to make sure you get the information about the Apollo Twin. I've got links in the description that you definitely want to make sure that you check out right now. And look, leave me a comment. Leave me some questions. What are some of the things that you're struggling with your audio right now? Comment below right here on this podcast. Let me know what you're struggling with. Let me also know what is your favorite audio interface and what is your favorite DAW. I'll see you on the next episode of the Earl Hall Studio Audio Experience.